Hello everyone, my name is Lebohang Dube. I'm 20 years old and I'm a returned Rotary Exchange student. I'd like to tell you my story. I was born in Pietermaritzburg and I now live with my uncle and two younger brothers. I went to Alexandra High School where this all started. I was part of the Interact Club where I was active in community projects and also school activities. There, Mrs. Matfield was not just my deputy principal, but like a mother to me, identified me as a potential candidate to go to Germany or to be an exchange student. She introduced me to Mr. Kiewit from the Rotary Club of Pietermaritzburg, where I made friends and family, and they also supported me throughout this journey. Mr. Kiewit helped me to go through the selection process, and he also identified my problems at that time, being financial problems. He helped me go through boarding house at school, where I got an opportunity to improve my marks, so I come out mature and ripe for my exchange program. And so I got to the district selection interview, where I sat before 5 panelists, and I had to tell my story. I had to prove to them that I was fit and proper to go and represent South Africa as an ambassador. So there I was. I told my story. And from there on, the selectors selected me to go and represent South Africa. But not only that, they also knew my story, and they knew that I couldn't afford it. District 9370 sponsored me to make it to Germany. And of course, 3 weeks later, there I was at King Shaka International Airport on the plane boarding to Germany. Behind me was 40 degrees of heat, and before me, -6 and German snow, so I was really nervous. When I got to Germany, I was welcomed with warm hands from Germans I didn't know. They welcomed me and they saw me as a son. They sponsored me through my exchange program and also took care of all my needs. During my exchange, I got to see many places, including the Eiffel Tower in France and the Parliament in Budapest, Hungary. These were exciting moments where I met other exchange students from all over the world. I had friends in the United States, Australia, Taiwan, South America, and I had never imagined this ever happening in my life, thanks to this exchange program. During my exchange, I had 3 host families. In a small town of Schleiz, of 8,000 people, I so happened to be the only African guy, and that was really exciting. People were looking at me, and people were asking me awkward questions about Africa. So I had to be proud of where I came from, and also be proud to be an exchange student representing my country. During my time in Germany, my Rotary Club of Schleiz sponsored everything for me, from food to travels, and everything else. At school, I made many friends, but the most exciting part was an opportunity to give back. I myself was an orphan. 2010, as I was in grade 10, my mother passed away. It was a difficult time for me, but it was a time for me to really work hard. Where I got to matric in 2012, had an opportunity to go to Germany. I never knew that in February that year, my father had also passed away. I had to come back to South Africa and bury my father. But when I went back to Germany, I took that as an opportunity to give back to the people in South Africa, fellow orphans like me. During my time in Germany, I really wanted to give back. I wanted to offer an opportunity to fellow orphans like me. And so in December, where Germans would go out and celebrate Christmas, 3 weeks of Christmas, unlike our one day, I took that opportunity to raise funds. I went to churches and sang, and people gave away. They gave away from heart, and I really appreciated that. After a mere 3 weeks, I managed to raise 105,000 rand with the help of my counselor, Mr. Kretschmer in Deutschland. But that is not important for me. What's important is that the people gave from their hearts. Fellow Rotarians encouraged their families to give. people in churches, towns, they gave because they wanted to help Africa as much as I wanted to, as an African, that side. It was an exciting moment for me. However, I only had 3 more weeks left in Germany, so I had to enjoy it. And boy, I did. During that time, I ate and I spoke a lot of German. And so my friends and I went out, we partied, and I enjoyed that part. I got to say goodbye to my friends and family, to my teachers, and all the people who supported me in town. And so when I returned to South Africa, I was proud, not of what I achieved, but because people in Germany appreciated what we have in South Africa. We have love, we have Ubuntu, and that I can see in my life. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my Rotary Club of Pietermaritzburg, District 9370, and also the Rotary Club in Schleiz in Germany. You have really shown me Ubuntu and gave me an opportunity to give back. And this is and was a life-changing opportunity. May God bless you and thank you very much. Danke.